afternoon and good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Rush Racing League. This time it is OCE Division 2, and we're here at the Jeddah Corniche Circuit here in Saudi Arabia for round 7 of season 11. It's been a very varied championship so far, with only one constructor getting more than one Grand Prix win here so far, being Ferrari, winning in Interlagos and in Austin. But other than that, there's been a new constructor winning every single week. So we'll see. Will we add another new constructor to the winner circle here in season 11, Div 2? Or will one of the old guard come back and take the streets of Jeddah for themselves? It'll be myself, Patrick Coleman, alongside SJ here tonight. So, SJ, how's it going, mate? You ready for this?
Yeah, mate, really excited, mate. Full quality as well, which is, it doesn't happen much, and it's good to see it on the grid at a very interesting circuit, which has been probably the statement of the week has been about the battery. So it'll be very interesting to see how these guys do with a very interesting grid tonight. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what these guys can do. I've just gonna invite Terence back in. There we go, done. So yeah, no, looking forward to it, and to be on there on the stage with you, mate. Like, come on, like, what could I not want on my Sunday night?
Yeah, it's a pretty excellent track. And this has always been one of my favorite tracks. But I mean, it is tricky with the management. There's really not a lot of recharging zones, so you really just got to be on the ball with your energy management, especially in quality. So we are just gonna jump straight to the track side here. We do have 22 drivers taking part, so it is a full grid. So the bottom 6 will be dropped from Q1 and Q2 until we have our top 10 shootout. It should be a fantastic time here tonight, although it will be noted that Slushy will be serving a quali ban, and that is just unfortunate here. I think there's 2 drivers that are actually supposed to serve a quali ban here tonight.
Yeah, it's Slushy and my driver Mitch tonight. Mitch obviously got the one last week, and then obviously had this one this week with accumulating too many LPs as well. So yeah, going to be really good, but definitely going to be interesting to see what these guys have got, because they'll normally get about 18 minutes to just do one short session. This time they've got 3 sessions, and yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see. And also the night yesterday with Miyazi taking out the win in Haas, Haas will be in good form, and I'm sure that Slushy Mitch will probably be on a very different strategy as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see, and the grid as well. I'm just going to go through the grid real quickly. You got Johnny in the Alpine, Haddy to go in Cadillac, Angus in the Merc, Slushy, who has retired, does have that quality ban. You then got Winter as well in the Haas. You got Mr. Kevin reserving up tonight for Audi. No Connor OCE. That is a big one tonight. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there with Audi. Then we've got Jazzy Dort reserving for Williams. Obviously, he's changed his team. Looks like he wants to mix it up. Daniel Rocks reserving for another team. It's in Red Bull. Then we've got Terence in the other Red Bull. Cooper Trooper wasn't going to make it, and then unfortunately is on the grid tonight with Awok, which is really good to see. Trio Kevin the Aston. Pengu reserving up for McLaren as well. We then got Brett in the Aston. Kevin, we saw him race last night for my team. He's going strong for Ferrari tonight. And then we've got Mitchell that will need to retire. Then we've got Quicksilver Dick, which I haven't seen him for a while, and he is back on the grid. So looking very excited to see what he can do. Then we've got Paul Cleary, known as Luke, a new driver, and getting his opportunity tonight in the Mercedes. Then we've got Faj, that is on very good form lately, with RJ, then Falcon, and the TP of Audi. Sick party. Not a bad grid tonight there, Records.
Not a bad grid at all. And I'm actually watching K&M as he makes his way through. He was the first car to leave the pit, so he'll be the first one to set a lap here as we go through. He's going to come to the line now. He doesn't have any battery remaining, so he will set the benchmark time of a 1:30.004. but there will definitely be time to find, and probably most of the time to find is going to be the management. Jeddah is a track that flows very, very nicely like a river stream, but it doesn't really give you a lot of time to recharge the battery. So that's going to be, like you said at the top of the broadcast, that is going to be the big key here, is trying to make sure that you can conserve your battery, especially in qualifying. Race trim makes things a little easier, but in the qualifying, you gotta be real careful. There's some areas where you would want to deploy that you might not deploy, just to save your battery for a future section. There's really, especially with these regulations, these cars love hard braking zones and slow corners where you can really just recharge the battery. Jeddah really doesn't have a lot of either. So Mitchell there, he's serving the quality ban, so he has retired as well. So we're down to Cadillac, down to Haas, still 20 drivers to go, and we will lose the bottom 4 drivers from this session alongside our 2 quality band drivers. So top 16 will move on to stage 2 in our Q2, and then the top 10 shoot off of Q3, and then we have 25 laps around the Jeddah Corniche circuit.
Yeah, going to be very, very exciting, and obviously last week's race at Spa definitely gave us a lot of excitement as well between Johnny and Faj. What do you think we're going to see this week at this circuit? Because this circuit can be very rewarding or can be absolutely devastation. Obviously the walls get very narrow in Sector 3, and as we're on board with KMN at the moment, especially here, this is where I've seen a lot of accidents when people clip the inside of the wall. We saw it last season, 3 drivers from 3 different divisions DNF'd in that wall, and it just causes a massive pile-up as well. So how are you thinking and how are you feeling tonight? Who do you think is going to take the big points tonight?
It'll be really interesting to see who can really take some big points here. Koopa Troopa does lead the championship at the moment, so we'll see if he can really bring in some good points. The crazy thing is that it has just been such a mixed bag here in Div 2. No one constructor really has just been dominating. Ferrari are the only constructor with more than 1 win here this season in Division 2. So Division 2 has been extremely competitive like it always is. So I think we're going to see some pretty good stuff on this V-Car team. K&M also is going to be a driver to really look out for, because he did exceptional last night jumping in for Cadillac in Div 1. And I think, and he would have learned a lot too from that Div 1 race. So I think he'll be able to really take a lot of those findings from that race and then just translate them here to not just the quali, but also to the rest of the night with the 25 lap race. And then, and I commend you for saying this name correctly, Alwick Walk, I'm just gonna call him Alwick, as he's gonna go quick through sector 2. We'll see what he can do, and I think he's on a double out lap. So Koopa Troopa, his teammate, championship leader at the moment, is pushing in that V car. We'll see what he gonna do here. It's tricky business, trying to make sure you have a lot of battery. You want to be very sparing on that boost button. That boost button will drain your battery really quickly, and I know you want to try to chase the top speed that you can, but around this track there is hardly any recharging zone, so you got to be really careful. Now he's gonna burn it through the sector 3, gonna make his way down at just full speed, reaching 322 kilometers an hour. Gonna be good on the brakes, nice and hard on the brakes, and then he's gonna go ahead and just burn it down to the line. Where's Koopa Troopa gonna go? And it's gonna be up into 4th position, about 3/4 of a second away. Still some time to find for the V-car.
Danny, I've just jumped on board with Winter, who is just on his lap now going into turn 1. Really does slide the car out coming into turn 1, then gets onto the exit onto the left-hand side. A little bit unbalanced there, a little bit of traffic in front. This is going to be an interesting one, and this is definitely going to be an impede. Look at that. That is an impede if you've ever seen one before. So, true. Kev is signed, sealed, and delivered there for Winter. So Winter did really well to just not force anything there, and there you go. There's your first impede of the night. So yeah, that's an interesting one there. But all right, we'll jump on board with someone else because that lap is done. So let's go on board. Let's go on board with Quicksilver Deck. We haven't seen him for. No, actually, we'll go on board with. I'm trying to work out who's closer. No, RJ. We'll go on board with RJ. RJ is coming around into the last couple of corners now, about to start as well. Doing a really, really good job for Ferrari since that move for Suts. So one to watch out for. Let's have a look. He's coming around into the final corner. Down the main straight to start his flying lap, burning a little bit of that boost battery. As in the blue you can see, give that straight line mode. In the pink on the right, going into turn one, easy onto the brakes, down into third gear, drops it down into second, getting a good exit on the left hand side, burns a little bit more of the battery, then jumps off the battery up to gear 6. Does he hit into gear 7? No, he takes it very cautious into turn number 3 there, very round into the loop, trying to keep as much smoothness in Jeddah as possible because it really does throw you out. If you do not get sector 1 right, it's basically game over because the rest of the track is pretty fluent and pretty easy as you've got the fast left-handers and right-handers in that sector 3. Coming down into the hairpin there on the left-hand side, keeping it nice and tight to the wall, flashing yellows as well, so hopefully no one's in his way. It does look like he's got a clear track, so this will be a good, hopefully good time for RJ, who is sitting P22 at the moment. His teammate tonight, KMN, sitting in P4. Now he's going to burn that battery as well, up to 8th gear. As you can see, you need a little bit of battery up all the way here, but you need to save some for the last sector as well, and this is the problem. There you go, see, he saves a little bit of battery, eases off the acceleration, now burns all of it into the last sector of sector 3, around about 8% going into the hairpin. He'll then ease off. He'll need a little bit of battery going down at the main straight to finish off his time there. He's really got his battery on point here, and he's going to cross the line. 7th gear, no battery now. He's ran out. What's it going to be for RJ? Up into P3 for 29.599, only a 10th off Hattie Goat, who has dropped it into P2 at the moment. Good time there for RJ.
Yeah, if you get that battery right, you have a really, really solid chance of getting through quali very nicely. The management is the trickiest part on this track in particular. I say that this is the most Energy Star track when it comes to these 2026 regulations. This is the most Energy Starved track. I know Silverstone is pretty close to being Energy Starved, but not like this. This is a very devious track in that regard. But next week when we head to Madrid, that track is actually pretty good for energy management because you do have a good amount of hard braking points. So I'm looking forward to Madrid next week. I've covered it once, fantastic circuit. I actually delivered a lot of really good racing. So we'll see how the drivers handle Madrid next week. Jazzy Draught now coming to the line. He's going to burn that battery down to start finish straight. Where's he going to go? Up into 4th, just about a quarter of a second back from our current provisional pole sitter of Johnny. And then we're going to go ahead and jump back to Farjenku as we'll see what he can do, as he's not too far off from Sector 2. He is in Sector 2 right now. Pressing his way through in the McLaren. Rookie driver Luke is also making his way through. He is in Sector 3 now, so we'll see what the rookie in the Merc can do. See if he can channel some of that Kimi Antonelli energy and just get a good time on the board, making his way down to the hairpin, saving up a little bit of battery, coming through the sweeper, and then he's going to go to turn on the ERS, burn it down. Jesse Draw has been disconnected, and across the line goes Luke, up into 17th for the rookie driver. Now what about Farjenku? Can Farjenku make a lap? Okay, he's going to try. He's going to push it, and he is into 9th position as Huddy the Goat in Cadillac has actually retired. I wonder... Yeah, he's just retired, so he's going to be done for the day.
Yeah, I've just invited Jazzy back. Hoodie's obviously pretty happy with his time there, 29.4. Johnny at 29.335. So Winter, Jazzy could take P2 away from Huddy, but he is going, as it stands, into Q2. We've got Brett on an outlap at the moment. Luke down there in P18, 131.244. He'll definitely want to improve. He's got 3 minutes to go. He's cutting it really fine as well in that Merc. Bread coming around onto his outlap as well. There you go. So everyone has started to do the same. So we've got Winter that has retired as well. Bread is about to start his lap, so let's have a look. Coming into sector 1, gets onto the curb there, very, very nicely done. He's got his teammate Trio Kevin P7 at the moment. Let's see if he can beat that. He's got some serious pace. Remember last season's winner, so massive opportunity to see what he can do. Haven't seen him on track much, but when we have, he's had some really, really good battles, especially with Cooper Trooper and also his teammate as well, not far behind. So far so good, but he'll definitely want to put Aston Martin up there with Trio Kev, which is looking a very, very interesting top 5. All different drivers in the top 5 as well, which will be really good to see. CRJ has retired as well. 2 minutes 42 to go. We've still got Quicksilver, Bread and Luke are the ones to watch out for at the moment, and AWOC as well. So we'll see if we're going to see an improvement from them. Luke may just get out again, but we'll have to wait and see. Bread come around into the last couple of corners into that sector 3. A lot of battery here, so this is where he'll burn it. Gets into 7th gear, using that straight line mode as well. Cooper Troopers decided to retire as well. He is cutting it very, very fine, making it into Q2 as well. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Coming around into the last couple of corners down the main straight. Brett's got enough battery. Will he run out before the line? We've seen a lot of that tonight. What's going to be for Brett? Is he going to be able to push up there with Cherkev? No, only P16, and it looks like he could be going out in Q1.
That would be a very, very big shock to see Breadman out in Q1. And, I mean, he's right on the bubble. If you're in P17 or lower, you are going to be out. So, you got to really just try to fight to make it through. You got to be basically in a safety net. You pretty much want to be about within a second of the top time here. So, we're going to go ahead and jump on board with Quicksilver as he is making his way through Sector 1, going a little bit over the curbs there. And now he begins making his way through Sector 1. Gonna go good on the brakes, gonna cut it close to the wall. He's gonna have a nice and running nice and tight to the wall. Now coming over here, if you take this turn too wide, you can get stuck on that curb, and you can, it pretty much just grabs you, magnetizes your car, and just sends you straight towards the wall like you're a slot car. Coming through the hairpin now, a little bit of banking there to make the rotation slightly easier. Now he's going to go ahead and just give it a go here. He needs a good time, or else he'll be out in qualifying. Going to go ahead and give it a good old push now, making his way through the high speed section. This is one of the areas where it would be so tempting to overuse that battery, but he does save. He does lift off a bit, coming into the right-left sequence. And now he's going to burn it all, and he is already out of battery coming down this section. And he's going to really have to start trying to recharge now. The super clipping will happen to recharge that battery a little bit. He's going to have about 32% battery, and he's going to burn it to the line. Where is Quicksilver going to go? Is he going to make it out of Q1? For now, yes, but barely. There's a lot of drivers who could make the difference. Angus now could make the difference. Breadman, I think Breadman's recharging, so I think he, well, okay, no, he's pushing as well, so quite a few drivers pushing here with every fiber there being. The first one of this bunch to come through will be Awick, and we'll see if he'll be K-Wick enough to get out of Q1. He's currently 19th.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very close here. Quicksilver is literally on the edge here with Angus in P16 as well. It's going to see an improvement. We are going to see these last couple of guys improve. I think Luke is out. He will not improve, so he'll be gone. from qualifying, unfortunately. So there we go. We've then got AWOC. AWOC is across the line. He is definitely out as well. What about Falcon? Quicksilver does get jumped by Angus, and he is out in Q1. Angus is up into P15. What about Bread? Bread was flying earlier on. He's coming to the pits when he was 4 tenths up. Oh, he's out. I cannot believe it. I thought he was going to cross the line. And Falcon goes up to P15, knocks Angus out of Q1 as well. Bit of drama there. And sorry, Regis, but yeah, Angus, Quicksilver, Bread, and AWOC and Luke are all out of qualifying as well. And Falcon has jumped Angus and Quicksilver. And Bread, well, went straight into the pits, and I thought he was up on his time as well. So interesting to say the least there. Bread could have probably gone through, but that is near enough your qualifying done and dusted.
That is Q1 in the books, so we have lost Quicksilver, Breadman, Awick, Luke, and then of course the quality bands of Slushy and Mitchell. A few drivers getting close to the bubble there. Falcon and Angus getting really close to the bubble there. So very tightly knit stuff here as we go through. And it'll be Johnny taking that top spot here in this session. But we have seen time and time again that a driver can take the top spot in Q1 and get immediately eliminated in Q2. So these full quality sessions, when we do our 3-stage qualifying, it really does reward that consistency. So drivers for the drivers at the top, they need to continue to be impressive and continue to be quick. For the drivers in the bottom 6 here, from P11 to P16, they are going to need to try to find some extra time if they want to make it to the top 10 shootout for pole position here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit. And then we have 25 laps after the fact. So, but with this being a full quality, you do have a few less tires to operate with, depending on which qualifying stage you make it to. So everybody in Q1 will potentially have an extra set of soft or medium tires that they can kind of use for their strategies when we get to the race itself later on. So they'll be going over things with their engineers and such, and they'll get ready for the big one here in a couple of minutes. Q2 is about to go live. We're just waiting for the first car to roll out of our top 16. And this is going to be a crazy session here. So, Johnny, Huddy to go, Angus, Winter, Kevin, Jazzy, Daniel, Terrence, Koopa Troopa, Trio, Kev, Pengu, K&M, Farjanku, and then RJ, Falcon, and Sick Party will be your drivers in this session. So RJ will be the first car out on a lap. The Ferrari was first one to make its way to the track in Q1. That was K&M, who I actually heard is also trying to deal with a cold. So, hopefully he does go through okay. And this will be interesting. Okay, pretty curious to see how this qualifying session is going to go.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was pretty interesting on in Q1 there. It was actually Angus did make it through. It was 16 that went through, so Angus did actually go through with the 2 retirements with the quali ban as well. So Falcon and Angus got the job done on Quicksilver there. Unfortunately, we have got the guys, if they do want to jump in to have a quick chat with us, eliminated drivers as well, more than welcome to. So I've opened it up if you do want to jump in and have a chat. If not, then all good, no drama there. But yeah, this will be very interesting. Who's going to get bragging rights going into Q3? And this is going to make this grid even more tighter, as we do have quite a lot of second drivers in as well. So we've got both Alpines in. We've then got both of the Red Bulls, and it looks like we've got both the Ferraris and both the McLarens as well, and both the Audis. So really good start there for a few. Obviously we've got one V-Carb, Koopa Troopa has made it through, and we've got one Williams as well, and then one Cadillac. So good to see. But RJ is about to start. He started last there. But yeah, going to be interesting to see if Johnny's first time in Q1 can be beaten. Johnny on pretty good form at the moment. It's been unfortunate last week there, Reckers, with the issue that he had with Faj, because those guys were just in another league of their own as well. But this is a track that you've just got to be careful, and as we've seen, the battery is going to be the key here. You could burn it all in sector 3, and then on the next lap you could just get overtaken down the straight. So it's got to be very strategic on how you're gonna operate the battery here, especially in a race distance race.
Exactly. You gotta be real careful with the battery management, because battery is hard to come by around this track. You can't really recharge it a whole lot. So, and also I know last night when we were doing Div 1, I know there's a lot of talk actually about the wings as well. Some drivers opting for a bit more straight line speed, and others opting for a bit more corner speed. Both of which can be very, very, very effective here in Jeddah, as RJ will come across the line. He'll be the first one to set a lap time. Where's the benchmark going to be for the Ferrari man? The prancing horse prances himself up into the top spot with a 1:29.801 to kick off the session. So, pretty solid time. Immediately beaten by Huddy, immediately beaten by Farjenku. So quite a few drivers just topping the tables now. So we're seeing the first batch of times coming through. Chiokev in the fourth, about half a second back from Farjenku. Pengu about 7 tenths off his teammate. So we're seeing quite a few of these opening times going through. And Johnny on the spot right now. A 1:29.345 for the Alpine. And for a constructor that's had a bit of a tricky time in the overalls this season, that'll give Alpine something to smile about.
Yeah, definitely. They've got a bit of a gold ticket there in Johnny in that seat as well. Falcon's got it's got a lot on tonight, but he's done well. He's into Q2. The question is, can they get the second Alpine driver into Q3? And this is where it then becomes a bit of a strategy call. You know, if you know the guy is in front in you know that he's going to sit the pedigree at the front, do you then sacrifice their opportunity of going through to then get your second driver through? That's going to be a very interesting question for any of these team principals that making those strategies or engineering tonight, because you can have a guy that is a little bit slower. So do you try and help them and get them into Q3? Because like I said, it is better to have two cars into Q3 than not at all. And then also you're further up in the grid as well, and if you can keep the pace and maintain it, it's not many places that you're going to have to make up, because you're already in a good spot. So it's going to be very interesting to see if we do see some strategy. I've not really seen that this season. You know, when it comes down to it, the driver is struggling at the track and they know that they're not strong at, but they've actually turned around and said, well, I'm really quick, I'll smash out of time, try and get in the top 3, and then I'll bring you into Q3 by giving you a tire and sacrificing my lap. Have you seen that this season?
Not that I can really recall, but also there's only really been a few tracks that we've been to so far this season that actually kind of makes sense. Yas Marina is one, Austin's one, and Imola and Spa to a degree. Zandvoort, it really doesn't make any sense to, because Zandvoort really just doesn't have. I mean, you can maybe get it coming through turn 14, coming through the banking, but not a lot there. And then Interlagos as well is a very twisty track, very curvy track. So it's not, doesn't make a whole lot of sense to get a toe there either. But I mean, we'll see. It's still very early stages. Everybody really is just trying to fight for their championship. I mean, we're on board now with our championship leader, who is just trying to go around in Koopa Troopa. He's on a bit of a recharge, jumping on board now with Falcon, who is in P16 at the moment, or one of a few drivers who do not have a time on the board. We'll see where Falcon ends up here, as he is snaking his way through Sector 1, and just doing everything he can. He's being careful to avoid that skate curb, as I like to call it, and 33 seconds in the first sector, now coming through this hairpin. Coming through the sweeping hairpin now, he's going to go ahead and he's going to use a little bit of battery. He won't turn on the boost mode. He won't boost his way through. but he will recharge a little bit here in the sector 2. Gonna burn a good amount of the battery, making his way to the sharp chicane coming up here. Gonna go good on the brakes. Nicely done. And now he's gonna burn all the battery here. And he's gonna hold on the boost. Either there's nothing to boost with. So that might hurt him in terms of the recharge for this final straight. Gonna go hard on the brakes down into the hairpin, and I have just been okay. Just hit me with a migrating host, and now we don't have lap times for anybody.
Oh, they're coming through. Have you been removed? You've been booted?
I might. I mean, It still says I'm in the session. Falcon's the only one with a lap time right now, so yeah, I think I might have been booted. So
Alright, I'll send you an invite as well.
yeah, everybody's doing the mannequin time, so I think I did. I got EA'd for the first time in what seems to be a while, so it was bound to happen to me at some point. Oh wait, oh everybody was actually. Or
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I've got Falcon that's literally in the wall.
I got Kevin that just drove straight into a wall. Wow, welcome back to my
Yep.
great host. So
Absolutely fantastic. Alright, so we will be back very shortly, and it's gone. Okay, we're just going to need the grid order.
Alrighty, everybody, we are back here. It is time for the race to get going. So, according to the rule book, we are just going to use the results from Q1. So, I mean, we technically did get we got a medium quali. We didn't get a full quali, we got a medium quali here. Basically, just a slightly extended short quali, but it is going to be time to get ready to go racing here on the streets of Jeddah. Johnny will take pole position, and it's going to be a good one here. All the tires will be available now for our drivers as they get ready to bring you their setups and to bring them to the track. It'll be myself, Patrick Coleman, aka Records, alongside the big man himself, SJ, bringing you all the action here on the streets of Jeddah. You ready for this one? Because 25 laps of what is a fantastic venue, gonna be absolute cinema.
Yeah, no, it's going to be really interesting. A bit of an unfortunate event in quali. You know, with EA, we thought that they were going to be nice to us tonight, but we are underway. So over to you, Records.
All right, that was quick, and it's 5 red lights. It is lights out. Away we go. Here on the streets of Jeddah, everybody already trying to get a move. Johnny going around the outside. He will retain the lead. RJ now up into 4th position. Drama at the back. Few cars going a bit around as we just take a look. Everybody is making their way on through. Everybody is still fully intact, but there's a little bit of contact. A few cars running a bit wide. The driver's just trying to fight for position here. And things get really, really sketchy in this mid-pack. So here we go. It's going to be a good run. Cooper Trooper does get past Kevin. And Angus has dropped all the way down to the back of the order. Maybe having a bit of contact. He's missing a good chunk of that wing. And everybody has opted to start on that medium tire. So now it's a good getaway from our top 3. Winter already all over the back of Huddy the Goat as they make their way through this sector 2 now. Just trying to follow as best as they can. And the top 3 really have broken away from this one as they make their way through. And it's going to be Farjenku trying to get one on the outside of RJ, trying to find any kind of gap. There is no gap to be found. Huddy trying to make a move now. He was trying it, and as we come through, lap 1 out of 25 is in the books. It's going to be a move now from RJ, trying to get past Jazzy as we are making our way through, and it is going to be Winter ahead of Jazzy, and actually Farjenku also gets ahead of RJ as well. K&M, who's fighting a bit of a cold here tonight, is being a cold-blooded killer as he's moved up to the 7th.
Yeah, no, absolutely fantastic start for Sam Fudge, doing an absolutely fantastic job, up 5 spots as well. He's right on the back of Jazzy Jaw, really putting the pressure on him. We've got the top 3 of Winter, Huddy and Johnny. We saw this last night with the Div 1 guys, the top 4, as Huddy goes round the outside for the move on the Alpine guy. Can Huddy pull it off? No, he doesn't. He's going to get very close to the wall on the inside there as well, as Huddy tries to make the move and gets past into P1. Lovely little move there around the outside. Used all of the track as much as he could. Johnny could not really do anything there. He's not going to do anything silly, and he's lost that P1 to Huddy the Goat. Now Johnny into P2, Winter into P3. We've got Fudge that has just got past Jazzy Jordan. He's into P4, and he is definitely on the hunt there as well, as Johnny is struggling. He's a little bit all over the place at the moment, and Winter is right on his tail going for a move as Huddy is trying to get in, and Johnny has gone, and I will get Johnny back in. Back to you, Rekus.
RJ and Jazzy trying to duke it out for position, trying to go a bit wide, but a little bit of slight contact. Jazzy heading the back of the McLaren as they continue to make their way through. Just pushing on back. Farjenku does set the fastest lap of the race. Everybody on the field on that medium tire. We'll see where the strategy does come into effect. Oh, they all just get stacked up there through turn 1. Turn 1 is a very tight chicane, similar to that Monza chicane. So that is very tricky stuff there. They all just got stacked. Johnny, who was on pole position for this one, is now down into 4th as they continue to snake their way on through. Fordrenko's actually closing in quite a bit to, well, he's now, as soon as I say that, he's getting pulled away from, but Honey to go into Cadillac, looking to go ahead and make his way through, and I'll have to check some results, but this would be the first Cadillac win in Div 2 here in Rush Racing, as Slushy has also been disconnected as well. Honey to go going to continue to try to move on and try to move away as Jazzy Drop does go ahead and get past Johnny, who did have a game crash, so he is just going to get swallowed up by so many of these drivers. He's going to take a massive tumble down the order. This could have been such a strong day for Alpine, but EA decided that Alpine just can't have nice things here tonight.
No, definitely not. Wait for him to get back on, so as soon as he get the all clear, I'll be sending an invite. Just sent Slushy one as well. Huddy the Goat still in the P1. Winter right on his tail. Farge looking very, very racy in that McLaren tonight. Obviously, he's up in P3, and then you've got his teammate in P20. Back down there, we've got Slushy and Angus, and then you've got Slushy now coming into the pits. Looks like his AI has decided to pit him. It's not what you want. You've got Pengo down there in P28, Wok. Then you've got Mitchell down there in P17, Bread 16th, Falcon in 15th, Quicksilver in 14th. He's managed to get himself out of all of the drama, up 3 spots there. Then you've got Daniel Roxon 13th. He's behind a nice little traffic there with Kevin and Cooper Trooper. And then you've got Trio Kev in front of that, who's putting the pressure on Johnny, who is AI at the moment. We've got a move going on here between the two Ferraris of KMN and RJ. And is there any team orders? Are they going to battle the Williams driver there as KMN tries to go around the outside of Jazzy Jort. Does he get the move done? No, he doesn't. RJ can't move at the moment. It's I don't know if the Ferrari are making a decision here what they're going to do, but they need to make something up because KMN is trying to get the move done and RJ is trying to get the slipstream, and he does get the slipstream off the back. Jazzy doesn't get the move done, and he's in a Williams sandwich. Jazzy goes off track, and RJ tries to go around the outside, and it looks like he's going to get the job done. Both Ferraris into P4, P5. This is a great job here, but Jazzy Jort's going to come over. He's on the right-hand side. It's 3 wide, and we've then got RJ that's gone through the middle. KMN is on the left. Jazzy's on the right. This is going to continue on as Jazzy has also brought Terrence into it, and then Terrence has not got Sick Party not far behind. Does anyone go for a move? Jazzy Jort's still going to try and go for the move on the Ferrari. Can KMN hold him up? Yes, he does. And it lets KMN and RJ keep that P4 and P5. Great battle going on there.
Well,
but Jazzy's lost out to Terrence.
The Red Bull really just entered stage left. And we have drama. Big drama. That is Farge around. Farge is around. And oh no, severe. Oh, that's RJ getting a penalty for that. So RJ has gotten a penalty for a severe collision. I saw it looked like something hit. Didn't quite see the contact. But there's drama, and it is a full course yellow.
Absolute scenes here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit. Johnny has joined, and he's probably joined at the right time. He has lost 10 positions he's lost. He is not going to be happy with that. And Farge as well, after the 2 guys last week, they're having a fantastic race at Spa. 1 down in P17, now 1 down in P11. This is a big afternoon that these guys have got to have now to try and get back up to the top. But this is massive for RJ as well, because he is going to have to pit, and he's going to have to serve that penalty as well. So yeah, interesting night for the Ferrari, Alpine and McLaren.
Yeah, it's been a night of ups and downs for certain for these teams. So I mean Johnny got pole position in the Alpine, but then after that it's just been a little bit of unfortunate circumstances. And we actually saw this also in Div 1. There was a battle between Zops and Big Jammy, and then that battle got disconnected. So RJ's just going to come into the pits. I'm pretty sure he had some pretty big damage. But Huddy the Goat, he got pretty much everything he would have wanted from that little kerfuffle. He has got almost a 5-second gap to the lead as Winter and K&M, the driver who reserved up last night for Cadillac, here in the Scarlet Ferrari, and he's going to go in and try to make some moves and try to build up and try to maybe. Oh, and that's a slide!
It's gone!
That's a big slide for Winter. He's got it all wrong. Coming through Sector 1. He's just going to back away and try to get that car turned back around. Oh, he was about to kick it out,
No,
but
he can't.
he
He
can't.
can't. Oh, this is good. This could be catastrophic. He needs to turn that car around.
He does.
And he does, down into P17. Sorry, Rekus,
Wow.
back to you.
No, you're all good. Yeah, he just needed to get the
You
car.
both
And there's a
got
Ferrari to
picks
the
on
wall.
that
It's
one.
K&M. K&M's in the wall.
Oh my God, what's going on? The car's in
Oh,
the space of literally 2 corners, and he's now been swamped up. Johnny's up in a P7 now. KMN could have serious damage to that Ferrari. It's gone from bad to worse for Ferrari and bad to worse for the Haas driver as well. As we've got Johnny and Jazzy Draw, they're still going at this. Some really tough battling out there tonight, and some aggressive battling as well, as Johnny has jumped down into P7 and he's trying to get the move done. Cooper Trooper onto P6 as well. Trio Cover into P5. Jazzy Draw into P4. Sick Putty into P3. What has gone on with this grid? It is completely changed from how it was at the beginning. And now we've now got Mitchell up into P13. Quicksilver into P11. Oh! And then it looks like KMN has got it all wrong and he's gone off track and he's lost another couple of spots as Falcon looks like to get past. Quicksilver gets past into P10. Oh no, it's all gone wrong for some of these guys tonight, and we're only on lap 7, Rekus.
lap 7 out of 25 here. Things have already gone pear-shaped. As Terrence has that 6-second gap now to Huddy, and Huddy is just. He's probably also wondering, because he doesn't have the same view we got, obviously, because he's racing. He's probably thinking, what on earth has happened here? I mean, that's a very, yeah, that's a very solid question to ask, as we do see some battles here. Breadman getting past K&M as he will try to make his way back through the field, and just absolute drama.
You've got that damage, and we've lost Angus as well. I'll get Angus back in. You've got that damage. You know, you're going to be falling way down. He lost the lens plate yesterday. You want to try and get the move done, because the way things have gone, we've seen a few driver errors there. We've lost Kevin as well, so I'll try and get Kevin in. But yeah, there's a few issues that some of the drivers are making, a few driver errors as well. So get on the hards. If you get the late safety car, then you obviously got those mediums, and you're going to be on the better tyre near the end as well. So we'll have to wait and see. There is just let us know when Mr. Kevin is back in, guys, and I'll send him an invite. But yeah, this is really heating up though. But at the front, how do you go? I'm not going to say too much, because here's my driver. He is absolutely dominating at the front. 5.9 now up to 6 seconds in front of Terrence. This could be an easy day at the office for him, but Jazzy Draw, how he's managed to hold on to P3, I have no idea. He's been really under the wars with battles tonight, but he's now got Trio Kiv for company and Sick Party as well. And Cooper Trooper is behind that as well. And Johnny has now joined back into that, and it's only 9 seconds between Johnny and the leader as well. And he is in basically a battle of between P7, 6, 5, and 4 as well, so things can still change here. And look at that.
Oh, they do change!
Oh,
Trio comes in the
no.
wall! Things do change indeed! Wow!
Oh my days, what is going on? Driver errors tonight, a lot of issues, and if you look at position changes from P16 all the way down to P22 are all the ones that have lost out massively tonight. So a lot of drama here tonight in Jeddah, and are we going to see any more issues as Jazzy Draw is going to go side by side with Sick Party? You got Keeper Trooper in the middle as well. It's a three-way bike fight here. You've then got Johnny. Looks like there's a bit of wheel tagging there between Cooper Trooper and Jazzy. Oh, it looks like Jazzy's gripped the wall. He's lost out. Cooper Trooper's going to go side by side, and then you got Johnny that's now coming on the outside, and Cooper Trooper's into P4. The battles do not stop, and we've got two guys in the pits at the moment with Daniel Rocks and KMN, and I'll pass it back to you, Regas, because you do not want to miss this action. It's everywhere tonight at Jeddah.
This Jagger's no good for battling. Oh, contact as Jazzy has been disconnected from the session. Bit of lag-based contact there between himself and the Alpine of Johnny, and it has just gone all pear-shaped for a lot of these drivers. It has just been absolutely difficult for them here tonight. I mean, wow, we are seeing a lot of stuff from P14 down. Most of them have lost a bunch of positions. Slushy is the only one who's gained any positions so far, that far down the order. Johnny now trying to get on the back of Cooper Trooper, who's up 10 positions. So the championship leader having a good night, just avoiding the drama here. So we'll see as that is going to be a move for P4. Johnny gets it done, and we'll see what he can do. Can he go ahead and close it in to Sick Party? And this is going to be the battle for third. He's going to try to send it around the outside. The Alpines got the podium spots back, so Johnny moves up into P3 ahead of the Audi team principal of Sick Party. And he's going to just try to ride the coattails now of the Alpine, making his way through, and he will go ahead and use the battery. He's got the overtake, he's got the slingshot, and the 4 rings will get out of P4. Sick Party now back up into third position. Breadman now on the gearbox of Falcon. He's going to back out of that one. The battle here between Johnny and Terrence, or Johnny and Sick Party, as they will want to try to catch up to Terrence soon. The battle is going on. Drivers are still racing their way through, and we have just been told that Jazzy Draw has actually been black flagged for connectivity.
Wow. Wow, that's massive. That is, or is that the first black flag, or is he going to get a second one? Is he retiring? Just let us know in the chat. I'm trying to get Mr. Kevin in. Let me see if I can try again. I'll add him on PlayStation. Just add him on here. Add. There we go. And then I'll try and get him in. There we go. Right, I sent you an invite, Mr. Kevin, so hopefully you're in. End of this lap, I think. End of this lap, Jazzy Draw is going to retire, and he's in P7. Williams, oh, it's so unfortunate tonight. We've also got Bread that's just getting the move on Jazzy Draw as well. Mr. Kevin has joined back, but loses out there. Jazzy Draw goes round the outside of Falcon. Alpine, what a night they're having. P6 and P3. Terrence is into the pits. He's called it on lap 11. Only the GOAT still continuing. Leading the way 10 seconds out in front. This guy has had the most easiest race tonight with everything happening behind. And I'll tell you something though. Ooh. This sorry
to cut you off there. Almost contact between Breadman and Jazzy coming into turn 1.
Yeah, Jazzy Draws left the session again, so I'll send him one more invite and then we'll get a retirement in the car in the pits. Hopefully he can take control. We'll have to wait and see. But what drama? What drama? I cannot believe the grid order. It's just completely changed from what we saw earlier on in the race. Look at that. Completely. Like, all the guys that were at the top are nowhere near at the top now.
Yeah, I mean, Honey the Goat's really the only exception, because he started in second. And that's really, I mean, he's the only one who's really stayed remotely in his spot out of the top 3. I mean, Winter's down 18 spots in the 21st. Pole Sitter, I mean, Pole Sitter's not too far off. He's in second, but about 10 seconds back. So he's going to be under some pressure from Sick Party here probably pretty soon. So it's going to be some excellent, excellent battles happening here, as Honey the Goat does call it in the pit, so he is going to go ahead, and yeah, everybody's coming in now, so this is very likely going to be a one-stop for a lot of these drivers. Very, very likely. They're going to go to the hards and try to take it from there.
Yeah, definitely, as Falcon continues, because his teammate is in the pit, so Falcon does end up finishing in staying in P2 at the moment. Cooper Trooper leading this race. Now, last night wasn't the plan for him at all. We've got yellows. What's happened there? In Sector 2, someone's had an issue. We'll have to. I'm trying to keep an eye out what's going on there, but he didn't have the race last night. He's having a very good race tonight. He is leading the championship and he is leading this race. Still has to pit though. Jazzy Draw has joined, and hopefully he will come into the pits and retire. We'll have to wait and see if his connection has got better or not. He has been given a black flag. He's in P5. That is a big hit to Williams at the moment. We'll have to wait and see what's going to happen here. Terrence in P4 at the moment. Huddy in P Well, still P1 as these guys have to pit. He's got 2 seconds on Terence in that P4 position at the moment. And we've still got moves going on here because Johnny and Daniel Rocks are going at it. Daniel Rocks goes around the outside. Does he go for the move? No, Johnny holds on there and Daniel Rocks loses out. Sick Putty is right on the back of Daniel Rocks now. And we are starting to see some very good racing continuing, but there's been a lot of issues tonight with driver error that have really put them in this position. As Sick Putty looks to go around the move, and what a move! Gets the move done on Daniel Rocks and says thank you very much, you're on older tyres and I need to push on. What a move from the TP of Audi. That was take our bow, son, and that is a dangerous move. And Jazzy has left again. I can try and send him an invite. He needs to try and take control and retire the car as well. So, bit of issues there tonight with a few connection issues. But what a move from Sick Putty. And he's definitely need that because he needs to stay with Johnny.
He does, exactly. So he needs to stay pretty much right on the Alpine's gearbox. And he did get a very nice move done around the outside. Sick Putty now trying to go ahead and bring it on in. Johnny actually caught it to Jazzy. Oh, but Jazzy's going to block him. It's tough. I mean, there's no way around him, really. It's so tough to get around the AI on this track in general. So he's still holding up. He's holding up this field. It's going to be Johnny trying to get the move around the outside, but he's got the inside line for the hairpin. And he will just go deep, and both of the cars will get around the Williams of Jazzy. Still on those 12-lap mediums. RJ has now been disconnected, and well, he's left.
No, he's
so
out. He's out. He DNF'd. He DNF'd in the pits. He was in P17. It was really unfortunate. Not the night for Ferrari driver there, and they have been dominating in the constructors. And definitely, these races do happen though, because we've seen this time and time again. As we got Daniel Rocks and Jazzy going side by side, it's AI versus real player, and he gets the move done. Oh, that's I tell you, Dino is going to be probably his hands in his hair at the moment that he doesn't cause any issues. We're going to go back on board though, but as I was talking about the Ferrari, this does happen as Hadi has left the session. The leader has left the session. Oh God, it's all going wrong tonight. What is this? Oh no. Let's see if we can get everyone back in that's left. I can't get everyone else. Oh, there we go. There's Hadi. Where's Jazzy Draw? No, he's not online. I don't think he is going to come back online, but there's just so many issues that's happening tonight. What is going on?
The servers are really just having a bit of a heyday here, aren't they, SJ? Just everything has just changed. I mean, that gap that was 10 seconds at one point is now down to 1.3 for Terrence. And I did some digging, and potentially outside of the reserve program. In terms of the divisional races, if Huddy were to win the race, it would be the first ever race win for Cadillac in Rush Racing history. The newest team on the grid, looking likely to get their, or looking at a possibility of getting their first ever race win. As Sick Putty now is all over the back of Johnny.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it, please.
Statistically speaking, although I think the connection kind of jinxed it already, as Terrence now right up on the gearbox, getting closer and closer to Huddy, and he's just gonna make this sweep around the outside, and that is the race lead for the Red Bull of Terrence. He does get the race lead ahead of Huddy the Goat, and we're gonna see if he can start to pull away now. Johnny's still in third, but he does have Sick Putty right on his bumper. Oh, a big wiggle there for Johnny, and he's gonna just try to hug it as close as he can. Coming to the line. Sick Putty trying to make the move around the outside. Doesn't get the move done. No, not enough real estate around the outside of turn one to get the move done. K&M just sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and it's Ferrari. And we are just witnessing absolute shenanigans here tonight. And there is a yellow in the pits. Okay, let's see, yellow. Let's see, is that... Okay, so Mr. Kevin might have had a moment. There's yellow on the start line. I didn't see what caused that yellow. Huddy is back, and not too far off of Terrence. So we'll see if he can make the moves. Cooper Troop and Daniel Rocks going at it. There's still hope for the Cadillacs. That is correct.
Still hope. There's still hope. Anyway, let's. Oh no, got Slushy that's gone. Oh my days. What is going on? What is going on? It's just, yeah. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what to say at the moment. We've had some fantastic racing, and he's not online at all at the moment. We've got Luke that's joined. We've got people that, oh my days. But let's have a go. We've got battles going on. Let's jump on board. We've got Terence that's just jumped a 3-second lead at the moment to Huddy the Goat. So he's in control as it stands. We've then got Johnny and Sick Putty. They're going at it in P3 and P4. Cooper Trooper and Daniel Rocks in P5 and P6. This is great to see because also we've heard with the breaking announcement that Daniel Rocks could be Cooper Trooper's new teammate. So if this is what we're going to see in Div 2, this is a great drive from obviously Daniel Rocks and Cooper Trooper, who is leading the championship, is in front of Farge, and unfortunately he's just behind Johnny, but he's going to get good points as it stands. Terence, though, has now got near enough the gap that Huddy the Goat had at the beginning, and yeah, you can't do anything with issues, but Huddy is going to be trying to pull that in as Winter just gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Came in after everything that's happened to him, the Ferrari driver, with a cold, he's still continued in P7 and he's doing a great job. He's lost his teammate early on who decided to retire. Was in P17, which was a bit of a shame. But yeah, so KMN in P7 at the moment. Quicksilver, Deck in P8. Obviously people are saying, is he back? He could be back. Falcon in P9. What a drive from him. We've got Bread in P10. Mitchell in P11 as well. So still some good battles going on at the moment. And I'll tell you something. Huddy the Goat is pulling down that gap on Terence very, very fast. 3.9 to 3.4 now. So it'll be very interesting to see. Sick Party, 4 seconds back. Johnny, 3.5 tenths back from Sick Putty. So this is the battle going on. We're going to jump on board with a PIV, Reckers, of Johnny, and I'll let you take this one away, and I'll see if I can get Slushy back in again.
Alright, sounds like a plan. Here we go, coming down the start line, and here we go. And then it's going to be a good run now. He's trying to chase down Sick Party. Can he get the move done? The answer is not quite. But Sick Party does go a bit deep. Johnny's got the opportunity. Johnny's got the spot. He's up in the third. Johnny in the third position now. He does have the Audi though. He's starting to pull away from the Audi as he makes his way through this really tight and difficult sector 1. Gotta be careful not to get up onto the curbs too much around here. And now he is making his way into sector number 2 coming up here shortly. He will try to chase down Huddy. Huddy himself has knocked down that gap to about 2.5 seconds. So there's pace in the Cadillac. There's still hope for a maiden Cadillac win. Johnny still holding on, still trying to pull away from Sick Party. He is pulling that gap out bit by bit, but Sick Party trying to reel him on in the Alpine, or excuse me, on the Audi, okay, Audi trying to catch up Alpine. Long story short, as Johnny is going to continue to just snake his way through the Jeddah Corniche circuit, coming down into the last turn of the lap. And you blink and you miss it. We are currently on lap 18 out of 25, as now we've lost K&M. The servers are having an absolute heyday here tonight.
Oh no, we've lost Luke, so that's 2. Oh no, come on, let's try and get these guys back. What is going on tonight? It just does not seem to hold connection tonight. We had no problems yesterday. We had no issues yesterday. Tonight there's been issues. There's been issues that everyone has had tonight. So we're going to continue, see what I'm doing. Luke's gone again, so I'll have to let me know when he's back online. Still battles going on here. Sick Putty and Johnny are very, very close. Sick Putty really, really doing a great job for Audi, and unfortunately Kevin down there in P18, he's trying to put the pressure on Jazzy as well. Jazzy's still in and hasn't jumped back in, so probably will be obviously DSQ'd as well, so we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But yeah, the Cayman has joined, but there's battles still going on here, and we'll have to wait and see. 2.5 seconds. Can Huddy do it? 18 laps out of 25. We've got Johnny and Sick Putty going at it. Winter's into the pits. We've then got Winter that's decided to retire. What a night for Haas. No points for Haas tonight. That's a terrible night for them. Do not leave the session winter either, because you are hosting it. We've got yellows in sector 3. Hopefully that doesn't cause any issues. We'll just jump back on board with Luke to see if we can get him in. Let's have a look. But I'll jump back to you, Rekus, on the battle between Sick Party and Johnny.
A battle that has been going on for many laps here at this point. Sick Party's gonna go for the move. He takes a shake up for the inside, but there's just no room available. He can't get in. He might be able to get one of those 4 Audi rings in, but he can't get all of them. The 4 rings in P4 at the moment, trying to catch up to Johnny in the Alpine. And they are really just snaking their way through this sector. Just trying to find something, trying to find anything that they can use. They are running out of laps here. So there is not a whole ton of time. There is a yellow though, and it is a McLaren. It is one of the McLarens that's gone off. And I believe that's Pengu. Has it been a moment, and Pengu is in the wall. Pengu's in the wall.
He's tried to get round. He's tried to get round. He's going to get DSQ'd if he's not careful. He needs to get out of the way.
Woo!
Oh, that was a bad re-entry. That is definitely a bad re-entry. He's definitely going to get. I'll put the old in there for that lap 19.
Wow. That was, I think that was the AI of Jazzy. I think that just got through just in time. So it would have been damaging to a player, but that is still a very unsafe rejoin. Yellows definitely. Again. That's one of the Red Bulls, I think? Question mark? No, that wasn't a Red Bull then.
That's Pengu. Oh, another rejoin, man. What's he doing? God, he nearly ends up taking out I don't know who that was, but it looks, yeah, he nearly took another car out. Oh my days, lap number 20. Luke's gone again. We'll try and get Luke back in again. I think Pengu will probably retire. Yeah, just not a night for some guys tonight. That is a terrible rejoin. Could have absolutely caused an issue there, which I think we're going to see a retirement there. Just trying to wait and see what happens. There you go. There's another one. So that's 3 retirements. Jumping on. We've got 5 laps to go. And this is the battle going on as Huddy, excuse me, has closed the gap on Terrence. Rekus, there is still hope, my friend. There is still hope. No pressure. I'm not going to say anything. Johnny is having a lovely, nice little battle with Sick Party. Can Sick Party get him? We've got Cooper Trooper and Daniel Rocks. They're still going at it as well, but Daniel Rocks is 2.3 seconds back. Quicksilver's in the P7. What a return from him. Falcon, what a drive from him tonight, P8. Mitchell is in P10. What a drive from him after starting at the back. We've got 11 spots, we've got 10 spots, we've got Mitchell's got 12, who looks like will be getting driver of the day as it stands at the moment. We've got Farge in P11. It's not gone to plan for him tonight. Trio Kevin the Aston down there in P12. Cam in has had all sorts of problems tonight. AWOC staying up 5 spots. Angus, the best of nights. What's going on happening? Where are we looking, Rekus?
Up at the front. Huddy got really close to the back of Terrence. He had a bit of a snap as we're on the final 5 laps of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. The Cadillac almost just whacked himself right into the back of Terrence. So this is getting really dicey. He had so much speed coming through that final sector. And wow, we are just seeing just absolute cinema here right at the end. Huddy has clawed back that deficit. But it's one thing to catch, but it's another thing to make the pass. And can he do it? Huddy the Goat now is trying everything here. And Terrence, I mean, you can just look from the rear of the Red Bull. It's full of Cadillacs, something that you'd never really expect to see in real life, seeing a Cadillac just traveling one of the Red Bulls. But look at this. The Cadillac of Huddy trying now. Trying to find something, looking one way, looking another, just mostly just trying to just stay with him. Dirty air on this track is pretty rough, but with these cars being a bit easy to follow with, it does make following all that much easier. But look at this, Huddy to go now, almost within the 10th and a half. He's closing. Is he gonna try to send it around the outside? Huddy to go, trying to send it around the outside. Does he got it? No, not quite, but he will have some good speed. He will be able to take the slipstream, but he is out of battery though. The Red Bull out of battery as well, so the Cadillac and the Red Bull putting on beautiful masterpieces of action here.
Yeah, there is a nice little battle going on here between Terence and Huddy at the moment, and it looks like it could go to the final wire here. The question is, who has got the balls of steel at the moment? Huddy, we know, has pulled that gap in, so he does look the fastest car at the moment. Fastest car on track is Johnny, though, 131.491, and these guys are going at it. They're on their own, but if they keep messing around, Johnny will pull in that gap. 3.3 seconds. We know how quick he is. Sick Party has been dropped by him, 2.9. So Huddy's just got to take his time. He knows he's got the time to do it. He knows he's got the laps to do it. I've got faith in him, as he is my driver, so we'll have to wait and see. We're going to go a little bit further down, though. We've got Quicksilver in that P7. He's in a good spot. Mitchell and Mitchell and Brett are going at it. They're only literally 8 tenths between each other. Falcon's right behind him. Trio Kev is 2.2 seconds back. KMN is now dropped down into P12 on those mediums. Faj has obviously gone on to a new set of mediums and is probably going for the fastest lap, which we'll probably see very, very soon. But we're going back up to the front as Huddy the Goat and Terence, they're so close with the ERS battery, as Faj goes, I'm getting confused between drivers as Terence has got the outside, Huddy's got the inside. Who's going to get the move done? They're going to go side by side. Who's got the battery? It looks like Terence has got more battery at the moment, and that's the way it's going. It's 2 more laps of this, and with 3.8 seconds, they are losing a little bit of time to Johnny, but who is going to execute the move? Who is going to make the move? This is going to be the question. Terence is a very, very good tyre whisperer, but Huddy has been very good all race. We've got yellows down there. Looks like in P... Fudge has got no front wing. He's hit the wall. So his race has gone from bad to worse because he's just gone on fresh mediums and he's now just taken his whole wing off. Not the night for McLaren tonight, Rekus.
Not at all. It's been a very difficult night for the Papaya Squadron. As Terence now all over, Huddy is all over the back of Terence. So they are trying just anything here. They are just battling it out. It is a great battle that we are witnessing here. Huddy the Goat trying to reclaim the lead. Terence holding on to an 11 position gain. And Terence now just trying desperately to hold on to that lead. And we are about to begin the penultimate lap here of the Grand Prix. Huddy the Goat trying to close it in. Can he make it stick? And as we go on to the penultimate lap, as Lucas rejoined, I'm going to pass this one back to you, SJ. Penultimate lap here in Jeddah.
Okay, here we go. Huddy the Goat in P2. Terence in P1. They are going at it. Look at that. Johnny is in the background. 3.5 seconds. He may not be enough, though. Sick Party looks like P4. Cooper Trooper in P5. Danny Rocks in P6. Back up to the front. Terence is leading the way. It's very, very tight on battery at the moment. Huddy is right there. He just needs to find the right move. Will he leave it to the last lap as Terence is saving everything up at the moment? And we'll have to wait and see. But remember, that blue mode is more powerful than that yellow mode. So, and also, doesn't Huddy get literally a full lap of boost mode on the final lap as well? I'm not sure if that is correct in real life. I don't know if it works in the game. I'm not sure. But it's really close between these two. Who's going to make the move? Is it going to be curtains for one of them? Is it going to be celebrations for the other? We'll have to wait and see. Here we go. Coming into the next part of the track in Sector 2. Following very, very closely. Terence has done a great job. Is he lucky to stay in this position? Probably with the EA servers doing issues tonight. So Huddy's tried to pull it back and he's right there. Can he do it? Terence is holding on. It looks like Huddy is going to execute a move very, very soon. This is going to be very, very close. Johnny is catching them. He's 2 seconds back. I don't think it's going to be enough. Rickers, this is the final lap. This could be very, very intense. Over to you.
I'm speechless. This has just been such a good battle that we have witnessed here between these two. And it all comes down to this. It is the final duel between Terence and Huddy, Red Bull and Cadillac. And I'm already seeing love for Red Bull in the chat. The Red Bull team has come out in spades to support their driver.
Johnny's hit the wall!
Oh
Johnny's hit the
no!
wall!
But
Oh, that could have been a DNF. Sorry, carry on.
oh good, that's Honey now. He's got that gap pretty darn close. He just needs to make a move at any point. He's got everything. He's got the inside, but he doesn't have enough speed to make the move. He is dropping back a little bit now as they snake their way through the sector 2. Very tight, very narrow, very twisty track. Huddy might have made a mistake somewhere because he is dropping a little bit farther back. Terrence just watching as the Cadillac just gets closer, closer. Oh, but a bit of a wiggle there. That might have just sealed it. You do have this last chance now. Coming through this massive sweeping left-hander. A good place to catch back up, but the mistake was there. Terrence did not make any mistakes. He started from 12th. He will make his way up back up to the lead, but he did tap the wall. So this is going to be a drag race, but in the end, Red Bull wins. Terrence wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Huddy the Goat in second position. Good drive from him. Johnny will round out the podium. Wow. What a race we've had here in Jeddah. Absolute cinema.
Absolutely fantastic. Great drive. Well deserved, Terrence. In the end, holding on, great defending. Huddy just could not execute that battery right at the final third there. And then Johnny, very unfortunate. I think Noah Hooney will be hands in his mouth because he nearly DNF'd on the last lap there. As far as he gets himself a 3-second time penalty. And, well, unfortunately, he won't get the fastest lap either, so he won't get the point. And he's just gone into the wall and, yeah, just driven into the wall and got himself a no front wing yet again. So not a good night for Fudge as he is about to come across the line as well. And, yeah, that's, yeah, a bit unfortunate for them guys tonight. Jazzy, unfortunately, will be black flagged, and Luke looks like they will be 3 DSQs at the bottom there as well. So very, very interesting night. We'll get these guys in for an interview. So we've got Terrence, Huddy, and Johnny.
Yep, and then we'll see who driver of the day is as well. But Terrence, race winner here in Saudi Arabia. And what a night it has been. The podium celebrations will go on. And I mean, what a well-deserved podium for these three. These three gave it everything that they had. They threw everything that they had and anything that they could find. They just tried to use it to get the race win here tonight. And in the end, it can only be one. Red Bull gives you wings, and those wings took him to the top step of the podium as the celebrations go live. Driver of the day is actually Terrence, so he'll get that as well. Farge, fastest lap, most overtakes is Mitchell, and cleanest driver was Sick Party. So coming through your results on a very hectic Saudi Arabia Grand Prix, Terrence ahead of Huddy the Goat, and then Johnny ahead of Sick Party, Koopa Troopa, Daniel Rocks, Quicksilver making a good comeback as well from 17th to 7th. Breadman ahead of Falcon, ahead of Mitchell, Triokev, K&M, Awick, Mr. Kevin, and then Angus, Farge, Jazzy, Luke, Slushy, Pengu, Winter, and RJ, rounding out your qualifying or your race order here tonight. Whoo boy, what a race it has been here in Jeddah. Just absolute scenes from the get-go. We had the tricky red flag in qualifying, and then we had just everything kick off in the Grand Prix itself.
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. A great job. Really good job from everyone. And yeah, well, I look forward to seeing what these guys have got to say when they jump into the VC. So if these guys could just jump in, that would be great. So we've got, just wait for these guys. Just open this, copy this, edit that. There we go. We've got them all coming in now. But yeah, what a night. What absolutely mixed emotions, I think, Rickers, because there was so much that went on in that race tonight. There was a lot of change in the order. There was just a lot that went on. A lot of driver issues tonight, a lot of driver errors, making mistakes on their own, pushing themselves into a situation where they obviously fell down the pecking order of the grid, and then obviously went, Huddy the goat can't come in. Why? Can he not come in?
Yeah, a lot of stuff just happening all throughout here, and it has just been a very, very crazy day here in Saudi Arabia. And just wow. We're gonna go ahead, and I know we're still waiting. We can't get Huddy. We might be able to get Johnny, but we'll go ahead and start things off with your race winner and driver of the day of Terrence. Terrence, a very, very competitive race win here in Jeddah. I mean, you pretty much had to fight for that one every bit of the way, and you started from 12th. How do you feel?
Um, Amazing, amazing. Uh, I don't know. It still surprised me because I didn't expect that place. I always expect like, oh, if I get into the top five, I will be over over the moon. But yeah, I don't know what happened actually.
So, okay, a lot of things did happen. A lot of driver errors, a lot of spins happened, a lot of EA disconnects. So it really was just a race of survival, pretty much for the most part.
Oh yeah,
So I mean,
yeah.
hey, you
Luckily,
did
my
it.
internet survived.
Yeah, I did. And also, I mean, I we have always said that sometimes just staying out of trouble can really help you out. And sure enough, it gave you 11 plus positions, and you got a race win out of it. So next week it is Madrid, which I mean, it's a brand new track, 100% race, very tight, very difficult. How do you feel about heading to the Spanish Grand Prix next week?
Um, I'm not feeling good for the new track. Never. The design is, I would say, weird, really weird. It's just a combination of behaved corners over there. So,
It is, yeah.
uh, yeah, I don't know how to race in that track as well because it's so much blind corners, like today as well. But luckily, I can avoid some cars stop on the racing line, so it makes myself survive. But just I hope everyone race awareness could be massively increased in Madrid because it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, Madrid is such a crazy track, honestly. I mean, it is, like you said, it's a lot of blind corners, a lot of corners that come at you extremely quick. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. And it's a 100% race as well, so that's going to be even extra, even more on top of that. So, well, last question before I pass you over to SJ. Anybody you'd like to give a special thanks or shout out to here tonight? The floor is yours.
Okay. I would like to thank Mars for sure. But just a little bit mistakes for him. He called me get into the pit too late. Just that. I hope I hope he can tell me before the last corner.
Reminds me of the whole
And the TP as well. Yep. He did a great job after against the left. I mean, he tried his best to maintain the team momentum and the atmosphere. Feeling positive over there. Although I'm quite busy over these 2 or 3 weeks, but yeah, I'm trying myself to cheers up the whole team. I hope I did that.
I think you did excellently well here, Terrence. Well, congratulations on the race win, and I'll pass you over to SJ if he's got any other questions or comments.
Thanks, Rekus. Terence, what a night. I'm not going to say too much because obviously my driver was behind you, was leading the race for a period of time. But how did you feel the last 3 laps were? Well, the last three laps were obviously quite intense. But how did you feel when you got the lead? You got the gap. Did you feel that you had it easy? Then did you think that you could obviously just take it to the end? But then when you found out that Huddy was then closing you down and then pulled it in very, very quickly, what was your thoughts then to the end of the race?
I was thinking about P2. um, really, but I try my best to hold him up, and my battery management obviously doing a good job, for defending. Um, I'm having a little bit weird sleeping on the last lap, but and also overusing the battery on the set two, but luckily he did that as well. I think so. I think he overused the battery on set one maybe. So up to the last set three, we are still having both battery level. I think we drain that up every lap. And yeah, it is a very intensive last four laps. I would say. I'm really terrifying after he come back. Obviously, he get a much better pace, which he deserved to win. But unfortunately, he disconnect. He disconnected from the lobby. So feel shame for him. But I would get that. I would grab that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think sometimes he's very frustrated because I think he knows he would have had the win tonight. Fortunately, he had the pace, but these things happen, and he wasn't the only one. Unfortunately, tonight EA decided to desync everyone and disconnect everyone. But no, really, really good performance. Really good points for Red Bull. Obviously, Daniel Rocks I think scored well as well tonight. So really good points and. How are you feeling with Madrid? Obviously, I've heard a lot of people whinging about the track, but I think everyone's in the same boat. It's a brand new track, and no one knows of how it's going to go. People are going to have to practice it and understand it because it's just the same with Qatar and the same with Vegas when they came to the track. So, are you feeling that this motivation and this momentum can push you into the right stead for next week?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I hate the track.
Okay.
The one I hate before is Miami. Now is to Madrid. So, um, I have absolutely no idea on how to make the setup. Maybe 50-50, but no way. It should be 50-20 or something. I don't know. I still need to figure it out. But many corners, it seems to be, you can go much faster. But maybe after 20 or 30 degrees when you turn your steering, yeah, and you can see the wall just in front of you, and then you need to slam the brake between the corners. So just not a track that I enjoy to drive on. But if if that would be a wet race, it would be terrible. It would be terrible. But I think I have enough awareness and experience to survive over there.
I think you've done a fantastic job, and next week obviously is the 100%er, so she is going to be a big one, big opportunity for scoring points. I think your team, I think most of the chat tonight was your team. I think they're over the moon. I've no idea who Barry Fitzy is, but he's over the moon with you, and everyone else that's jumped in. So no, great job. I'm a bit salty, obviously, because Hadi is my driver. But no, well done, and we look forward to seeing what you can do in Madrid next week.
Okay, thank you.
Hadi can't join, so you can take Hooney, and I'll take Hadi's interview.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and talk to the team principal of Noah Huney. Now, Noah, this has definitely been a race for your drivers of just, oh, it's so cooked. Oh, we're so back. Oh, it's so cooked. Oh, we're so back. Just a massive up and down for you guys here at Alpine tonight. But in the end, you got a podium out of it. So, how does it feel?
I tell you what, it feels amazing. But yeah, no, I was definitely on the edge of my seat the whole time. As soon as Johnny told me, like it told me he got this game crashed, and then about like a minute later, it finally popped a message. I'm like, oh no, and then I just saw him fall down, and then it was not fun, but it was good recovery from really amazing Falcon as well. Both of them scoring really good points tonight, so amazing that they could do that.
Probably gave you a few gray hairs. I can imagine, just because it was such a
Yeah, it
tricky
did.
tricky race here tonight. But in the end, you guys did survive it. So, what is the energy in the Alpine Garage like heading towards Madrid next week? I mean, we heard a lot of it from SJ and Terrence. It's a new track, a scary track, nevertheless. I mean, Vegas was pretty straightforward. This track, on the other hand, is whatever the opposite of straightforward is. So, how do you feel about Madrid coming up next week?
Honestly, I haven't done much practice. No one's really done anything in the minute, but I think it'll be good to see how we go, boys. If one boys, they're already ready and waiting, so I think it'd be good. Obviously with not that many checked in at the moment for Div One, hopefully we can score some good points. But obviously with 100%, it's a little bit tougher. But I think we got it. We'll score points. So
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's gonna be very, very interesting going to Madrid. I mean, I've commentated for it once and it was an absolute blast, but it is a bit of a terrifying track to say the least. So, well, on behalf of Johnny, congratulations on the podium, and we'll see you guys next week in Madrid if SJ doesn't have any further comments or questions.
Yeah, no, I
thank
will.
you
I'll
very
jump in.
much. Oh,
Always got
alright.
questions, you know that, and Hooney knows that as well. I'm not going to say too much, but obviously Johnny, real good form at the moment. Really putting pressure on Cooper Trooper for that championship fight. What was your thoughts tonight's race? There was a lot of issues tonight. A lot of drivers making mistakes. Yeah, just want to hear your take on that, actually.
I think overall it's just like good to see. Obviously, Johnny got affected, getting his
Mhm.
game crashed, but then seeing what went down in a span of a few laps. Within, like, I think it was the middle of the race. Had Trio Kev spin, you had Fudge, or whoever it was. Had like 3 or 4 cars all within involved in instance. It was like crazy to see, and it was just like my mind was going crazy. It's like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? Like, is there um gonna be a safety car? It's gonna be a VSC, but it was mental.
Yeah, no, definitely. There was a lot of driver error tonight. And last thing I'm going to ask you, did you have your head in your hands on the last couple of corners with Johnny on the last lap? Because we may not be having this conversation. He actually hit the wall coming out to the bit where all the cars have DNF'd before last
Oh,
season. So,
really? Oh my goodness.
yeah,
I did not know that, but all I knew is in those last few laps is that he went skateboarding through the S's. That's about it. But I didn't hear anything there. But no, I mean, from what I noticed was the gap going down progressively. So from about 5.5 seconds on the like lap 19 or so, or 18 or whatever it was, to with almost within 1 second on that last lap was amazing to see.
yeah, well, yeah, a bit of an issue there as well. So, but he managed to hold on and finish in the P3 as well. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens next week. I'm still obviously hearing a lot of whining about the Madrid track, which obviously is going to be best heads for everyone else, because if they turn up, they're going to score points. So, and the others aren't. They're going to be scoring no points, which will hurt them in the constructors, especially with Madrid being with a maximum points. How do you feel the Madrid is going to go? Because same scenario last season, Vegas and Qatar, or 2 seasons ago, Vegas and Qatar were two very new tracks. No one really knew it. Are we going to have the same sort of issue with Madrid, or are we just thinking that Madrid is a bit of an unbalanced track at the moment?
Like I said, it'll be good to see obviously the carnage that may unfold, and we'll see what happens. But obviously with the tight street circuit going back to back, it'll be interesting to see. So
Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Well, thank you very much for jumping in, and yeah, that's it. And I'll let Rekus interview the last one of the night.
Well, we go from SJ doing the interview to SJ being the interviewed. How the turntables. So, SJ, your driver right on the cusp of victory, but overall
Mm.
having a very solid night here in Jeddah. How does it feel?
Yeah, no, I thought he was very, very strong. He did really well yesterday. Obviously, KMN obviously had the issue with his end plate, and he had the 3 seconds. And I think he was a bit annoyed yesterday with the 3 second penalty because he would have probably finished a little bit higher. And we got I think P11 or P10 in the end. I think last night in Div 1, which was a really good result. So definitely saw that he had the pace tonight. You could definitely see that. He did really well in Q1. And then obviously in the race, but EA, as much as I love EA, and I'm going to send them a Christmas card at the end of the year. Yeah, it's unfortunate because I think he did have it signed, sealed, and delivered. Unless there would have been a late safety car, which it could have been, because there was a lot of issues. A lot of guys were still battling. But you can't take anything away from Terence, even though the Huddy pulled the gap back in. You can't take anything away from Terence for that defending as well. He just managed his ERS. So he just managed his battery a lot more, and Huddy just could not get the job done. And he did make a few mistakes in that on that last lap. But no, real chuffed with Mitchell as well tonight. P10, started from last. No, with the quali ban, really good. Really happy with the guys. It was real tough in Belgium. Didn't go to plan. Imola, we had a bit of a tough week, and yeah, like I said, all I want the guys to do is score points. I know he's frustrated. He is very angry because he in his eyes he was going to win the race. And yeah, it is obviously 5 points lost, but still really happy with the P2 and P10.
Now, how do you feel about Madrid next week? How do you feel about the newest track on the calendar?
Uh, to be honest with you, Rickers, I'm a little bit sick and tired of the whinging personally, because end of the day, I think the calendar is the calendar, and Madrid is a track that no one's done. No one probably has the bottle to do, and end of the day, the wheel chose the 100%, and end of the day, the wheel chooses the tracks. We've given it the opportunity before to give the Discord the opportunity to pick the tracks. This season we've done something different. We've gone back in history that some of these guys were never probably in the league back then. We did 777, if you probably remember. There was 700%ers, 750s and 7 sprints. We then decided to go back in history and do 666 because of the new game, because of the atmosphere, because of everyone getting excited. But unfortunately, EA have obviously sabotaged that and, deflated it and, made the game, for some guys, difficult to race. Madrid is probably not the best track that they've released compared to Qatar and Vegas. If I was to look at the last 3 tracks, I'd say Vegas is probably the best one. I can't stand Qatar with a passion, especially in obviously my assists and stuff. But Madrid's going to be really interesting because we just don't know. We don't know how fast people are going to be. We don't know who's going to jump. You're looking at the guys that are leading in Div 1, 2, 3, and 4. Are they going to be the guys that we're going to be seeing next week or this? I don't know. And it's a long race, and it's concentration, and it's not an easy track, especially I think turn 3 and turn 2 and turn 3 and turn 4 when you're going up the hill, and all of a sudden you've got that corner. So it's going to be an interesting one. I hope to see people get involved and get amongst it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing the boys, what they do in Cadillac, across all divisions. And yeah, and like I say, if you don't race, you're going to just let your TP down and you're going to lose points. And you don't want to be chasing. You want to be gathering momentum and gaining that advantage. You don't want to be chasing, because if you chase and you have one incident, it could be really, really difficult to catch the championship as well. And also, we have a week's break after Madrid as well. So, yeah, it's good momentum that some of these guys are in. But no, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it as much as I probably don't like it. And I don't really want to do 60 laps around the track. But I'm going to do 60 laps around the track and I'm going to embrace it. It's probably the one thing to say.
Well, all right. So that's going to be it here. As we go ahead and get ready for Madrid itself. You heard it from the boss man himself. It is a new track. It is uncharted territory. So it's a very difficult track. And I know it's going to be a tricky one, especially with it being a full distance 100% Grand Prix, and we'll just have to see what the week brings. But before we get there, we still have two more divisions, Div 3 and Div 4 still to come, and F2 also coming around. And then we go to Madrid, and then we have a little bit of a break, so we can take a little bit of a small vacation there. But that is going to wrap things up here at Rush Racing League Div 2 here in Jeddah. On behalf of our sponsor, Sim Racing Center, SimLab, and Pagny Advanced Simulation, thank you guys so much for tuning on in. And on behalf of SJ, my name is Patrick Coleman, aka Rekus, and we have been your hosts and commentators for tonight's action. Stay tuned because we have a lot more Jeddah coming your way in the next couple of days, and then we go mad at the Madrid. Stay hydrated and have a good night. Goodbye.